Today I've got two wonderful quotes. One is from Danny Thomas, and many people know the story of Danny Thomas, that he was an actor and later on quite the philanthropist with St. Jude's Hospital. And he said there are two kinds of people in this world, the givers and the takers. The takers may eat better, but the givers sleep better. And you can take in life, but that doesn't always mean that you're going to be happy. And I've got an upcoming clip to talk a little bit more about that. And the second quote that I have is from Leo Buscaglia, one of the greatest authors of all time. And he was a great speaker. He did a lot of presentations on PBS. And but Leo Buscaglia said, to truly discover yourself, you must become selfless. And I love that, because I think that the more that we're selfless, especially in these difficult times, the more opportunities that we're going to be able to be there for each other in our time of need.
You know, we need civility, and we also need a conscience. When I say a conscience, it's about, I love this quote from Danny Thomas. He said there's two kinds of, and many of you know Danny Thomas. He was a struggling actor, and he was very poor, and he said to himself, you know, when he was very young, if I ever make it one day as an actor, I'm going to open up a hospital that's free for kids. And he started St. Jude's, and he said, but there are two kinds of people in this world, the givers and the takers. The takers eat better, but the givers sleep better. And you know, that there's a lot of takers out there, and I get it, but don't let them jade you. Don't let them jade you. You know, I say don't create your own poisons. There's an old saying that says, anger is like poisoning yourself and hoping the other person dies. And you think of miserable people, you know, it's always like, you know, I can't wait till she gets fired. You know, I can't wait till this. And it's like they're creating their own poisons. But we also have to stop the infectiousness of cruelty. And I love the quote from Leo Buscaglia. He says, to truly discover yourself, become selfless. And there's so many things that we can do in our lives to become selfless. To be able to, and I get this question all the time. Can you teach people to care? Yes, you give them someone to care about. And I guarantee you, everybody in here probably has a story about somebody that cared about them and made a huge difference in their life, made a huge difference in their lives. And you know, I mentioned earlier, we got to let go. Let go of the need to be right, let go of the need to win, let go of the need to get even. You know, it's having a conscience that sometimes small acts of compassion change us for the rest of our lives. But you know, we got to let go. You know, I keep wondering though too, so much hurrying. What are we in a hurry to? You know, I don't know, I'm just in a hurry everywhere I go. You know, it's like, you know, I love when you line up at I love to go flying, and you know, when you line up for like Southwest, they don't do it by assigned seats, but they do it by sections, like the A section, the B section, those with the C tickets. I always go on early and I get the A tickets, but I stepped up last year, my wife and I were flying, and I had an A ticket. They say, now boarding, you know, those of you with a ticket A 1 through 30. So I step up there and I go, this is the C group, right? This is the C group, right? And I was just standing, and there was a woman about 5 people behind me. She was so upset that I would say, this is the A group. This is the A group. And now I can't even turn around. I've got my ticket and I'm thinking. She yells it 3 times. This is the A group. So finally, my wife, this is a true story, she turns around, she says, please pardon my husband. He's a jackass. But anyway, true story, actually. But it actually got better, because the woman says, she says, don't worry, they'll catch him at the counter. You know, it's like, we're going to catch the little man at the counter. But anyway.
Yes, so now after you've seen that video, there are 2 questions that remain. Did that poor woman finally get that little man at the counter? No. But she was very upset that there might be a little man who has a C ticket in the A group. And all I got to say to her is, you got to let that stuff go. But and I guess the second question was did my wife really call me a jackass in public? She only does that 3 or 4 times a day. But the idea here is that we've got to let go of some of the obsessions that we have, and also, you know, give a little bit of thought to, you know, what Danny Thomas said about being a giver or a taker. Thanks. And Take care of yourself, and before the sun goes down today, tell someone that you are grateful they're in your life.